So, Sonic Origins Plus is here. Yay. This collection of the Blue Blur's classic titles released to mixed reception last year. And now, Sega's giving us what feels like a half-hearted attempt to smooth out its rough edges. It makes me wonder, time and time again, Sonic fans around the world have continually proven that this series can do and has done so much better. So, what would happen if these talented folks tackled reimagining the classics? What's that? It's already been done. Well, how about that? Sonic 1 Forever, Sonic CD Restored, Sonic 2 Absolute, and Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited are 4 incredible fan projects that beautifully translate their respective titles to the modern age. With bug fixes, customization to undo those bug fixes, seriously, why would anyone enable the spike glitch? New modes, and so much more, it's difficult to recommend any other versions of these games. They are just that good. As a fan who is no stranger to playing unofficial versions of Sonic games, I took it upon myself to marathon these projects back to back. And with a little help from bickuribox12, hopefully we can spread the word that these are the remasters we've been looking for. And so, without further ado, welcome to the real Sonic Origins Plus. So, starting in Sonic 1 Forever here, this is made by Team Forever, of course. It's very, very cool. There are a ton of custom options here. We have, you know, changing how the display looks. We have changing the gameplay. We can turn on roll jumping. We can turn on the airspeed cap. We can have infinite lives if we feel like. We can change abilities. We can turn on the elemental shields, which I'll be doing personally. Have the spin dash, insta shield, drop dash, flight cancel, super cancel, Amy's move set for 1 Forever, because she's playable in this one, and all sorts of different visual stuff as well. People are saying the audio levels are good, so let's go ahead and get started here. We will be playing Sonic 1 Forever with Amy. Let's go, chat, in 3, 2, 1. Let's play. So, to explain a little bit about how Amy works in Sonic 1 Forever is she's kind of a combination of Tails and Knuckles. As you saw right there, if you hold up on the controller and press the A button, you can do a giant air boost. Kind of similar to Tails' flight, but it's more of a jump than actual flying. And then additionally, if you press A second time in the air, you can kind of do this hammer glide, which is really cool. And of course, because this is a classic game, we have, you know, rolling, spin dashing, and spin jumping all in full force here. For all 4 of these games, I will be playing on a completed save file because kind of mirroring Sonic Origins, we will have, you know, I would imagine that people would play on their already completed saves with Sonic Origins, so I figured it would make sense to do that here. Plus, we can show off some super forms as we go through this game. Wait, so like,
I think actually, again, it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been a year since it came out.
Isn't that crazy? Like, we got Sonic Frontiers Update 2 on the horizon as well with Sonic Origins.
I think they're releasing it the same day.
I haven't heard anything about Update 2, have you?
It's just called Sonic's birthday, so it's like it would make sense. It would be weird if they didn't put it out on his birthday, but at the same time, it's going to compete with Origins Plus.
I mean, I imagine both. Well, because that's the interesting thing, because Origins Plus is the $10, and then the Frontiers update is free. It makes me wonder.
It's like it's Sega versus Sonic Team on this, I think. I think Sonic Team actually is just like, we just want to fix our game for Frontiers, and they have a little more freedom. I think they just had to do like the deluxe edition thing. That's probably like internal agreements with Sega to make enough money or something. But it's funny because these are so substantial. I might not even mind paying a little bit of money for them because they're changing so much. Whereas, you know, $10 for Amy and some emulated ROMs,
emulated ROMs of games that have been very accessible for a long time is kind of like,
I mean,
go ahead.
As its own collection, like there are a lot of classic collections that are probably like $10-20 and have about 10-12 games. I'm thinking like Castlevania collection, Mega Man Legacy collection, all that stuff. So that's fine. It's just that it was already $40 and people were already a little concerned about that. So
yeah, it almost feels like the Origins Plus stuff is what is coming in what would have been in the deluxe edition, because I'm pretty sure the deluxe edition was like $10 more than the regular version was.
Yeah, it was 5 or 10. I think it was like 40 and 45.
Oh wow. We did talk a little bit about Sonic 1 in the preamble, Bick, but where does it rank in these 4
rank?
games, what would you say? And we can do it with each game. Where does Sonic 1 rank from 1 to 4, with 1 being the best, I suppose?
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah, it's probably a cold take to say that it's probably 4th, but or like that's the lowest, I suppose.
Yeah.
I still quite enjoy it. I probably enjoy it more than most, I feel. But yeah, I would say that it's the experimental piece, trying to understand the classic formula, even though CD is more experimental and deviates hardcore. But I like it for a very different reason.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
Sonic 1, yeah, you know, it's playing itself. It's playing a hand it doesn't quite know it has yet, and I kind of like that about it. Sometimes, like, I'll play Sonic 2 or 3, and it's like, I'm like, this is too polished. Like, I need something strange.
You know what, like, I need more in Sonic games? Mario. Give me Marble Zone.
So it's like, there are other water levels, but there's not another labyrinth zone. It's not like that. They're not going to do that again. And so
it's too bad they learned from it.
Yeah. So in a way, it's like, you kind of get that. Whenever you've played the good stuff so long, you forget like how weird it used to be at one point, and it has its own charm. So
for sure,
I kind of like that about it.
Over here,
we know you're number 1.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one to guess. Any classic fan is, you got a 50-50 shot on what their favorite number 1 is. But who knows? Maybe Sonic Superstars could easily send it.
Yeah,
it's
there's
fantastic.
Something in there.
Yeah, I'm real excited, especially how much of a fan I am of the gems. The fact that the Chaos Emeralds give you unique powers, and there's even like a little power wheel.
Yeah, it's like a Mega Man weapon wheel.
Yeah, a Mega Man weapon? From which Mega Man game?
11, they added one in.
Oh,
but,
I've never. I'm an X guy, so I've only played Mega Man 2 from the classic series, but
sure. So 11 had actually like the same type of screen where you get to test your weapons out too, as what Superstars has.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. They do have that?
Yeah,
that's
that was
really
the first
cool.
game to add it. So it was like, oh, well, this is it's 2.5D. It's running with well, we don't know what the soundtrack exactly sounds like yet, but there's a lot of parallels to it. Now they've got all the gems well, I guess emeralds are kind of gems, but yeah, all the emeralds having their own ability.
The gems are supposed to be like fragments-ish of the Chaos Emeralds, because they're the exact same colors. And, just the idea of getting to use different powers. I don't know if that's what they were going for in 06, but I mean...
That's a good question. Why did they create gems?
Instead of just having, like, as you collected emeralds throughout the story. But I guess maybe they didn't want that so that the different characters could swap emeralds at a moment's notice, and, like, gameplay-wise, you wouldn't...
And they wanted to utilize the shop, so maybe it was just, like, a technicality thing. They had to make a different name for it, even though it's, like, the same thing gameplay-wise.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Those roller dudes are the fucking worst.
A giant blue chicken from behind.
Yeah, no matter how many times I play Sonic 1, Springyard always gets me with those guys. They come out of nowhere. The widescreen definitely helps, but like, come on.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Actually curls into a ball and like, dude, he was spin dashing before us.
That's true, because Spin Dash wasn't in Sonic 1. Let's see, can we get the inside scoop on the next journey for bickuribox on YouTube?
The inside scoop, like what the next video is gonna be?
Yeah, what's the?
Well, it's
the 411 on bickuribox.
The triple delayed update 1 for Frontiers. Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'll be able to get it out like right before Origins Plus comes out, so I can just go straight into working on that. Well, fingers crossed, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can't put it out after. I mean, I could put it out after update. In a year, it doesn't matter.
You could,
what's punctual, but it would make more sense for me to, because I don't know how long I don't know how big update 2 is even going to be. It might be quick. Will it even be significant enough to do a video? Probably.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, if there's the physics change that they were hinting at, then yeah, I'm sure there will be plenty of videos.
I have to play through on Extreme again.
Oh god, Extreme with the physics changes? My goodness. I did see a question in chat. What do you think is the best or worst spin dash in the Sonic series?
Oh shoot. There's like the different types.
Yeah, I guess classic spin dash, the Adventure 1 spin dash, Adventure 2. I mean, I think it's not uncommon to think that the best spin dash in history is easily Adventure 1. Not in terms of like balance, but because it's just so extraordinarily overpowered, and just completely breaks everything. It does feel pretty good to spam it, unless you spam it too fast and accidentally air cancel or some shit. Adventure 1.
Yeah.
You do the speedrunner thing of doing a big skip there. Again, talking about what's on screen real quick. Doing the spin dash hammer jumps are really fun, and this is actually a unique path for Labyrinth Zone from the mobile port. It was sort of intended for Knuckles and Tails to take, but you actually can take it as Sonic, because if you fall down that pit and hit the switch that opens the door, if you walk back up, there's a platform that takes you across to the upper path, which is kind of interesting.
Let me double check something. I swear I've done that in the original.
I don't know if it's in the original. I thought it was
in my here. Let me go to my old Sonic 1 review.
Oh, baby.
It's in there. I think that was one of my main like redeeming point, or like, you know, cool little things about Labyrinth Zone.
You can do it in 1991. Okay, I thought that path was custom to
It's so totally something they would add. It's like how in Chemical Plant, like that area before the boss up high has been totally expanded in the mobile version.
Isn't that just like so sort of a reference in Mania with where the special ring is at the end of Act 2? Going through the wall there? Is that what you mean?
Exactly it.
Going back to that question, best spin dash, pretty easy to say. What do you think is the worst?
Worst spin dash? Retail 06?
You know?
Too easy to say.
Yeah, you're right. That's too easy. I genuinely, even though I just did Legacy of Solaris, I completely forgot the spin dashes in Retail 06.
Yeah, like Shadow's Chaos Blast.
You mean Shadow's like Chaos Toot instead?
His Chaos animation.
Yeah. I always like think about like the womp womp sound effects when you do Chaos Blast.
Oh yeah.
In the womp womp. Like all the enemies laugh at you.
And then cuts to PO6.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of hard to fully utilize super character in Sonic 1. The stages are obviously not built for it and not really long enough.
Green Hill is very, very short whenever you just have a spin dash.
Yeah, very true.
That's why so many levels in Sonic 2 are probably horizontal, because they were like, we have to accommodate for this new ability.
Yeah.
This is our best solution right now.
It is a lot more fun to move horizontally in a Sonic game as well than vertically, I must say. Well, it does depend on the character, of course, but when they made Sonic 2, you know, like Amy here is fantastic to use in Sonic 1 with how vertical a lot of the levels are. But also the team had ages and ages to create Amy for the Sonic 1 levels that have existed since 1991. So
yeah,
it makes sense that she plays very well in there.
That exists. The opinion exists.
The opinion does exist, yeah.
You will, no other place will you find that than in the Sonic fandom. Every opinion that can exist does.
Yeah, I promise you, you are not the only one.
Yeah.
That's definitely a pet peeve of mine.
I play Shadow enough, I kind of like him.
Like Shadow 05?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, you know, if I play the game enough, you know what? The Black Arms are cool.
It's
for that
Stockholm Syndrome.
I'm like, yeah, I got it works for it.
You know what? Has Shadow seen that blue sky before?
Yeah.
Talking a little bit about what's going on in the game right now. I actually avoided taking the shortcut here in Scrap Brain 3 because if you see right up in this hole here, there's the unused goggles item that you can equip with any of the characters, and it allows you to breathe underwater, just like the bubble shield. There's actually an achievement you get, and you lose them if you get hit, which I just lost them, but it's a little factoid the Forever team put in that I always like to share.
That's pretty cool.
Now I'm going to restart because I don't want to play Scrap Brain 3 the intended way. I would say that's sort of something that 06 does well. I don't like the story, and to be frank, I'm quite exhausted talking about it with how many times I've discussed it, but just to I guess put a bow on it, I think I agree with Pariah. I don't know how much you've watched Pariah 695 or if you've watched them at all.
Yeah, I'm familiar with his work, but yeah,
I really enjoy his videos. And in his Story of 06 video, he talks about how he thinks that 06 does it the best with the mystery element. Like when you're playing a different story, and
yeah,
and that kind of thing. And like, you know, I finally found him the Iblis trigger, which is, you know, the opening when you play Sonic Story and everything. I find that really cool, and like how when you play Silver Story, you actually get an answer to that question. You know, it makes me want to play the other stories, because like in Adventure 2 sort of had that, but Adventure 2 was more of a case that they wrote a story and then split it into 2 parts. Like 06's story definitely seems like it was supposed to be 3 separate narratives that all, your mileage may vary on the quality of it, but all merge together in the end to, you know, some effect.
I think I saw a video where someone like put all the cutscenes in chronological order.
Is that even possible with all the time travel?
How do you like chronological in terms of like what happened first, but not in the timeline first?
Yeah,
that would have to be the one distinction.
Yeah,
by the way, it was like 3 hours.
I think that's kind of weird. Like I just said, like I think they intended it to be viewed as 3 segments.
Yeah.
So I feel like watching it in chronological order, unless you're watching like Snapcube's fan dub or something, you'd lose some of the magic. Versus like Adventure 2, where the story is much better when viewing it in chronological order, and things make a lot more sense that way. Hey, there we go. So unsurprisingly, ranting through Sonic 1, completing it with Amy here.
We were talking about both Sonic the Hedgehogs. It's okay.
That's true. At the same time. Yeah, we get a little custom animation here. I'll be excited to see how Amy plays, because I think Origins Plus and Superstars, Amy's gonna play the same way. But hey, there we go with Sonic 1 Forever giving us a little fanfare.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next game is Sonic CD. Anyway, so Sonic CD Restored, it uses the decompilation of Sonic CD, the 2011 version of Sonic CD, and overhauls it with a bunch of new stuff. So we got 8 pages of options. We can change our spin dash type, enable the drop dash, super peel out. We can have the shield type if we want the elemental shields. That's from the Shields Plus mod. That was an older mod that eventually made its way into CD Restored. Time travel overhaul, one of my favorite mods as well. We can have the roll off bug. We can either turn that on or turn that off, kind of like the spike glitch. You can choose when you start, so if you want to start all the stages in the past, you can. You can change different sprites that you want to use, your HUD style, all of this stuff, which is really cool. But let's go ahead and get started here with Sonic CD on a main file. Now, one thing I do want to mention is, of course, most people know that there isn't a super form normally in Sonic CD. But with Sonic CD Restored, they enabled something called the Miracle form, which is a super form. So... we'll probably be seeing that through here, but
no emeralds, so they can't call it supersonic.
Yeah, they're time stones. To show off the time travel overhaul really quick, what it is when you pass a sign, you don't. So normally in Sonic CD, as I'm sure most of you know, is when you gain enough speed, you will start time traveling, and then there's a timer, and if your speed gets interrupted, you lose the ability to travel back to the past. The time travel overhaul is a lot more deliberate. You have to do a super peel out or a spin dash to activate time travel, and the time travel activates a lot faster. It also removes the cutscene, just making things a lot more snappy here in Sonic CD Restored. It's a feature I like. I know some people like the original Sonic CD way to time travel, but that's the beauty of the CD Restored mod, is you can just turn it off back to the original time travel if you so desire. I guess to continue on the trend here, Bick, where does Sonic CD rank in your pantheon of classic Sonic games?
Yeah, this, I think this one is actually my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because of, it's one of the few times where it's like, you know, I'll play through Sonic 2 or 3 Knuckles, and I'm like, yeah, most of the levels are better, but it's almost like it's more than that now, because I love the vibe and like the kind of zany structure of CD, and like experiencing the zones and the different times and the music changes, and I'll be like, what the heck is this? Go into Tidal Tempest in the past, and then like the water changes and there's like a new platform moving formation. It's like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, like how there's like 3 different versions of each act.
Yeah, and Obviously, the soundtrack speaks for
Yeah,
itself.
Japanese soundtrack is actually. While we're on the topic, a cool feature. I believe this is just normal 2D comp. Like you don't need mods. You can actually change the soundtrack on the fly from the pause menu. It's really
That's cool. Yeah, that is a nice feature if you just want to switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really handy.
Yeah, it is really handy. They also, I believe, the mods add my fusion stuff, where it takes like some of the tracks from US, some from CD. I think even some from the European version, which I think had slightly different music. I'm not a Sonic CD expert, so I'm not entirely sure about that. But
Yeah, I think Japanese and European was the same, and then US was all, aside from the past music, new.
mm-hmm. It's a game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I probably have more of the majority opinion in that it's my least favorite of the classic lineup. The level design, I think, can be really frustrating, especially as we go later into the game.
Yeah.
And even I do appreciate the experimental aspect of it, but I can't get over Stardust Speedway.
I stick to the top and really just try to like spin dash jump all the slopes.
Yeah, it just feels like when you're stuck in Stardust Speedway, you are stuck in Stardust Speedway.
Took me years until I saw in a video or a comment about how you have to flip the panels to make the background and foreground shift. That's why you can't get past like certain walls.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, there's a picture. Yeah, that like the yellow sign.
I'll have to see it when we get there.
With a blue circle on it. That's Sonic in a ball. They're telling you to jump into it.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
I would have never.
Right?
I didn't even know that existed.
Maybe you won't get stuck now.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe. Oh man, CD's now my favorite Sonic game. YouTube
Next
video.
stream.
I've had a change of heart.
Everything is changed. Yeah.
Here we go. Here's the miracle form. It's pretty neat. Pink Sonic, and we get to hear Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. Great name.
Oh, that's a fitting choice.
Yeah, cool thing is we still get to use the elemental shields, but, well, of course, as you would expect with any sort of super form, we do get invincibility, some cool animations, and we drain one ring a second. I command you to have fun and enjoy yourself? Never. That's not allowed. Oh, here we go in Collision. Why does Collision Chaos look so weird? Oh, I forgot that about this mod. I'm an idiot. I'm not used to it having all the time zones. So I'm playing on a complete file, so this is good future
I'm
Collision
not used
Chaos.
to it either.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I was like, what is yeah, this is my first time seeing this for sure. It's just like Sonic Frontiers. Amazon, don't remind me of that. One pinball minigame at a time. I can't with Frontiers pinball.
Yeah.
The disdain on my face when I encountered that the first time, I was very, very
like
upset.
before you had even
before I even looked at the score total, I was like, this is gonna be a trip, isn't it? Standard 8 hits. While granted, the standard 8 hits, it's over a lot quicker in many cases. It's still kind of cool too, where the boss is more of a puzzle than the...
Yeah, like, you can beat this boss in, like, 20 seconds, potentially.
Yeah, but it's not just based on, whether the hitbox is correct or, if you figured the pattern out. It's actually kind of like a challenge, which I appreciate and why I think, like, Perfect Chaos and Sonic Generations is my favorite Sonic boss fight.
Yeah,
because it's more of a level and more of a puzzle than, a traditional platformer boss.
Yeah,
Here we go, Tidal
Sonic
Tempest.
works best like that. Yeah, this just eye candy for me.
I love Tidal Tempest present. I love the track too. Additionally, CD Restored adds this fun little animation to Sonic when he's underwater, kind of swimming here. Ooh, how do I escape? We may have a drown death here. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
I forgot that the drowning music isn't in this game.
I know. They didn't even add it back in for the US one, contrary to the music.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like, they took away the drowning music. We have to make the most insane game over in boss thing to counteract this choice.
Yeah, I don't know if anything beats colors though. I almost like want to drown Sonic in that game with how well orchestrated the drowning drowning theme is.
thing.
For the first time recently, Haley and I actually watched the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Christmas special. It was on
Nice.
It was on Hulu. I'd never seen it before. It's so
I think I saw it for the first time like a couple years ago too. My friend watched it with me.
That's funny. It's Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's for sure.
Yeah, I always get them mixed up. The
Sad AM and
yeah, like the more serious one and the more cartoony one.
yeah, the more serious one is the one with like Princess Sally and all of the Archie characters. I don't actually remember what came first. I'm not that deep in the Sonic paints to know that kind of detail. I'm more of just a games guy, but
yeah, I really don't have that much experience in the shows aside from like actually Sonic X may have been my first exposure to like the character at all. Like catching that because I would watch the TMNT 4Kids constantly.
Yeah,
so that was on the same channel.
As a kid, it was like so cool to see because you know it's kind of like watching Pokemon battles.
Sure.
In the Pokemon anime, where it's like they just look so much cooler than they do in game. Like being able to see like Sonic and Shadow versus the Bio Lizard or Super Sonic versus Perfect Chaos outside of the game. It was really cool to see when I was younger. I always tuned in for, even if I had seen them before. One thing that does piss me off though is that Japanese viewers got Live and Learn.
Live and Learn, yeah, I was gonna say.
For the Bio Lizard fight, we just got some generic anime track.
Really hoping the third Sonic movie delivers.
Oh my, dude, it needs to. That's like the biggest complaint. Like it would be criminal for them not to.
I was so pleased with the Mario movie having so many like motifs of Mario music, and I'm like, yeah, oh, it was so good. I cried. No, almost. I had to fight it back. I didn't realize how much Mario meant to me until I was watching that.
I get you. Yeah, the final Brooklyn. Honestly, now that I think about it, that is almost like not note for note, obviously, but kind of like Sonic 1's ending. Like in the main street of the town. And there's like a
back
super
to the real world.
Yeah.
It's from another dimension.
Yeah. Quartz Quadrant, talking about what's on screen for a second. Quartz Quadrant is actually one of my favorite zones in classic Sonic. I really like this. I like
Me too. This is my favorite level in the game.
I like the music. I like the aesthetics. I like the gimmick with the conveyor belts and stuff. I think it's really fun.
Got a nice piano jam. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Would you be okay with the classic version of Live and Learn being used in the third Sonic movie, or would you prefer a more modern remix? I mean, I would prefer just Live and Learn. I mean, that would hit the nostalgia heartstrings.
Yeah, even just like a little bit. You don't have to play the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just like
even
whenever
like
the
just
climax
the riff.
hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening riff. But I mean, I would imagine, you know, if they go like what the Mario movie did with having remixes, I mean, that's fine too.
Yeah, an epic orchestral rock would be awesome. But
oh man, if they went like the Unleashed or 06 route and had an orchestral remix play during the final boss, the final boss, during the climax of the movie, that would be unreal.
Yeah, because I guess back to the point, it's kind of unfortunate that the only song we've gotten was Green Hill twice.
Yeah, that's true. There are tons of videos that put the Sonic music into the movies.
Yeah,
and of course it elevates it.
It's music is very important. You don't realize it until you either change it or put it in, or
it's kind of amazing the emotional manipulation that can happen with that.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to talk about regarding the game we're actually playing here for a second is Wacky Workbench. No matter what I've done, I've tried to find a fix for it, and I can't find it. In Wacky Workbench Present, if you go past a certain point of the stage, the decomp just crashes. And I have no idea what causes that. So the fix for it is to, well, go to the future instead. So we're just gonna time travel to the future because for whatever reason, the crash doesn't happen in the future stage. I don't know if it happens in the past stage. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. It's like if we pass by it in this run in the future here, I'll make note of where it is. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't figure out what was going on. It's right here. This little part right here, when you hit this bumper, you can see just to the right of Sonic there, the game crashes. I don't know why.
That's so weird.
Here we go, another...
stuck at a death.
Yeah.
Never knew what was being said until read a comment.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. At the what is it? The music that plays whenever you clear a stage, it's like what the heck is happening.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think it's
still have no
teleportation,
idea.
yeah, but it sounds like he's saying grab in your backpack. I'm like,
Is
that's not what he's
that
saying.
is that what it's from? The teleportation yeah meme is from Sonic CD.
It must be.
Oh god.
But before that, it was just gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
But it was candid gibberish. I just didn't know what to sing along to.
Would you say the Wacky Workbench boss is probably one of the weaker bosses in the game, or do you quite like it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little. I think they could have done more with it, but I do like how it's like multi-phased. I don't think you see that. Actually, I don't think we ever see that in classic Sonic, aside from like a final boss.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
has
you're right.
different layers to it. So
Yeah,
that aspect of it is
Sonic
cool.
4.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Yeah. Classic.
the
Sonic.
classic.
Yeah, it was like Studiopolis rocked the world, and then this just brought it down again.
That okay. I got stuck there in like playtesting for so long, but now I understand you're supposed to flip the panel so you can go past
Thank
it.
goodness we remedied this.
Yeah, thank God you're here. Thank you, Bick, for being here. God damn, we would have been here for
For your
hours.
service.
Though I think it's kind of nice. You know, I see Nayland saying here Sonic Advance is the real Sonic 4. Maybe that's why they haven't made, you know, like they have Sonic 4, but like they haven't made an Adventure 3, so that way the fans can just decide which one's Adventure 3 or which one's actually
Yeah, we're so
Sonic 4.
like they would have to. Basically, what would make it Adventure 3 is if they actually continued the story at this point, like, as closely.
Like from 06 or from Adventure 2?
I don't even know.
Like if they maybe Shadow?
That's their problem.
I guess Shadow would maybe make the most sense.
Yeah, Shadow was a continuation of the story, yeah,
In a way.
because it does directly reference it and, you know, continues it essentially.
Yep.
Hey,
That's
brain's gonna get you.
that's when the brain starts hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never good at this quote unquote race.
Yeah, it's
The
it's a
drop
little
dash
tricky.
does make it quite a bit better. If you're able to get 50 rings though, the miracle form absolutely destroys this. But I think we'll be
Oh, here
okay.
comes the double.
Oh. Good thing the
think you
drop
would've
dash
made it-
exists.
I think he would have made it even without it, but that would have been close.
Yeah. But
Yeah, we heard him say it.
okay. Oh yeah, he did say it. You're
The
right.
thing they took out of Origins.
I almost wish I grew up with PS2. It sounded like so much fun to grow up with a PS2.
I had one. I grew up with it, but I just didn't have that many games. So I
Did
didn't.
you,
I,
did
the
you play
only,
like the big ones, like Devil May Cry and stuff?
I did not. I was too young for that anyway.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I did have the Sly Cooper trilogy, so that's probably the big.
The Sly
name.
Cooper trilogy is one that always interested me. I watched all like the Super Gaming Brothers. Some call me
yeah.
Johnny, and all that.
Yeah.
I always
it
watched.
doesn't disappoint. It's a
It
great
definitely
trilogy.
doesn't. It definitely doesn't. I need to finish the Thief. Actually, no. I think I did finish Thieves in Time, the fourth one.
That's the
then-
one I haven't finished because then I was older and it was different. I had less time.
Yeah.
I actually don't know why I didn't finish it.
Yeah, then
but-
you have to actually, you know, have time management and stuff. It's ridiculous.
I feel like Forces stands the best chance as the first Boost game you play. 'Cause then
Really? You
it's
think so?
uphill from there.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So like it like introduces you to how it works,
Yeah.
and it's pretty easy and just kind of like shows you like what going fast feels like, and then you can go into colors and then maybe Unleashed and Gens.
I guess yeah. That's kind of weird to think about. What if Forces was first?
Yeah, it's like I played
Would it
06
you-
first.
Yeah, would it get nearly the hate because we didn't have anything to compare it to before? Like classic
already
Sonic is in Forces. So
Yeah, well, they took away the broken. It's like on one hand I get it, the broken spin dash was broken, but it was almost worked. It was like it worked
Yeah.
so well for what it was, and then the drop dash is good, but yeah, it's not the same.
yeah, especially having Mania to compare it to with the drop dash, like
Yeah, it
Oof.
doesn't help, and everything else. Yeah.
yeah. Having
that
having
really
Mania
wasn't-
to compare directly to classic Sonic with how close they were in release.
Yeah, it's
it's
just
rough.
the wrong time.
Yeah.
Although they tie directly into each other, but still.
Ending another classic game on on a
different
hot
Sonic
topic. First one was 06, second one was Forces. That completes Sonic CD. So the next game we're going to move into is Sonic 2 Absolute. I mean, like, I'm definitely not talking lower or trying to sound like I have a sexier voice right now. No way.
Could have fooled me.
Sonic 2 Absolute is kind of like, I guess the Forever team is just I don't know if they're like just doing it because they can do it because it's also a 2013 port, but it's not nearly as robust as the as Sonic 1 Forever is. We don't have the ability to play as Amy yet, but there is this really cool community packed mod that adds a bunch of extra stuff like new sprites for the characters and some stuff. But you see a lot of similar things here. We got of course the elemental shields, invincibility type, spin dash, drop dash, flight cancel, all that stuff. And we're gonna be playing Sonic 2 with none other than Tails. I feel like it's probably the most
where he
appropriate.
couldn't even fly.
Yeah, but he can fly now, and
Yeah.
it breaks some shit wide open.
Yeah.
Did his sprite get redone? I don't think the sprite got redone, but the animations were taken from Mania. His max run speed animation. I think this is something you can change, but I have the Mania flight and the Mania max run speed on.
Gosh, it feels like just yesterday I was game overing in Chemical Plant and barely seeing Aquatic Ruin.
Yeah. Chemical
crazy.
Plant, that shit's tough. When
Yeah,
you're a kid,
it-
the drowning
It
segment.
is a difficulty spike for sure. It's crazy.
It's so hard to remember because playing a Sonic game is just so baked into my DNA at this point. Like,
Yeah.
watching someone, like, probably one of the most eye-opening experiences I had is there was a sub-goal a long time ago where I had my girlfriend Haley play TO6,
Perfect.
and it was, oh man, like
Yeah, seeing someone not... Does she play games at all, or...?
if she plays games, they're usually with me. She does have the gamer in her when it comes to Bloons tower defense, but I would say that's a little
Okay.
bit different from Sonic.
Right, yeah, point and click, time management.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
versus
kinds of games.
controller in
But when
hand.
it comes to, she did have a Wii growing up, but
Okay. She got the waggle, yeah.
yeah, the waggle, the waggle Wii. Oh yeah, you can't jam out. It's sometimes
If there's
hard.
any time for a cat jam.
Yeah, when you're streaming Sonic games, it's so tough to not just fall into singing along with the music.
Yeah. You just get lost in flame core on every run.
Yeah. Oh god, the cavern. Oh, the cavern, man.
Beautiful.
I know you prefer the volcano,
But they're both #1 in my heart.
but they're both no.
Awesome. Have you listened to... There's a couple of things. Have you listened...
Shit.
Oh. Woo! The water didn't
no.
even show up yet. Have you listened to the F-Zero X guitar arrangement CD that was released for the game? Like, this was like a game from 99, 2000. But it's
Yeah,
like
F-Zero
the
X.
composer... Yeah, it was the composer made like a CD of like 10 of the songs, full guitar instrumental arrangements.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It is. It's some of my favorite video game music, and it's not even in the game.
Wow.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, no, please do. Do you have familiar with Mario Kart? Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit, but I didn't have a GameCube growing up, so I would only be able to play it at my uncle's. So I would be the backseat double dash guy.
Oh no!
I was the.
Davey
basically
wouldn't even
the
let you
the
play
younger brother.
split screen.
You know what? I don't think I had the confidence for it.
That's fair.
I think it was like, he's better at it. I'm just gonna throw the shells.
That's true. And in Double Dash, if you played co-op, the co-op character was able to like, you were able to do like a punch, which was really fun to do. Like, cause I would play it with my brother a lot, and cause we grew up with a GameCube, and
Yeah.
he, I would like try to piss him off because it would move your cart a little bit to the left or right when you did a punch,
Yeah.
and you can spam it. So it's
Oh my
like,
God.
if like he was doing something I didn't like, because in order to switch, because like in Double Dash, you know, you can switch the driver and the passenger, you had to both press the switch button at the same time. So sometimes like I would want to switch and be the driver, and then, but he wouldn't, so he just wouldn't press the button, so I'd just like mess with him by constantly punching from side to side and driving us off the road. It was like kamikaze almost. And I hope you're enjoying yourself, Bick.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Points.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
All right, there's the $50 check.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
I'll stay longer for another 50. If you want to deepen the friendship bond, that'll be a little more.
If you want to be my friend, pay me money. Friendship Digital Deluxe Edition. Yeah, Violet. If you upgrade to the Digital Deluxe
Would you
package.
like to buy bickuribox Plus? Is this a different path that you're going through, or is that the same one, just no lava? Have I not seen this before?
I mean, I don't know. Hilltop Zone kind of blends in because it's just blue Emerald Hill. I actually really like it as a zone, though.
Yeah, I like it too.
I guess
Pretty
we have
solid list of zones in Sonic 2.
Oh, yeah. They're all very well paced as well, except for, I guess, Metropolis.
Yeah, because there's more, so.
Yeah.
By default.
You said Sonic 1 was 3? Or 4?
I would put it at the bottom of my totem pole for the classics. Yeah. Just, it's really tough. Like, this, 2 and 3 are pretty neck and neck for me. They're both very enjoyable. It's like, take one on a deserted island with me. Which one would I pick? That's hard.
That is hard. One thing I do recommend, though, nowadays when playing Sonic 2, like, unless you're a Sonic fan who's played these games to death, like, when getting into the series, I recommend, like, using the save system. Like, don't play all of it at once.
Oh, sure. Oh, you mean, like, not in one sitting?
Yeah. Like,
I guess it's your first couple of times.
Yeah, don't play through Sonic 2, and especially Sonic 3 with how big of an adventure it is.
Yeah, Sonic 3, yeah, I've tried that before, and I do get fatigued whenever I do that. I'm like, yeah, I gotta take a little, I gotta pace myself.
Yeah, I would say usually when I get to flying battery is when I start kind of petering out, even though I love Sonic 3.
Sure, yeah, you'll make an exception when it's your favorite, because it's a favorite for a reason.
Yeah, oh, you spoiled it. No one would have guessed.
No one would have guessed the thing you said on stream.
I'd be really excited to see if they ever did some sort of like HD sprite remake of the classic games, which, I mean, with Origins out, they probably never do that, but like a remix of Mystic Cave, like kind of like Sonic 3 style, where Act 2 has a slightly different track than Act 1.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's a good idea.
I think maybe that's a mod. I don't know.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that was like fan remade Act 2 music. There's a
this
mod.
boss theme is one of my friends. I think he says it's his favorite, like one of his favorite songs. He loves the boss music in this game.
That's great.
It's like,
I do like it.
Yeah.
I think that this particular music has a good balance between being goofy and menacing. Like, you're still playing a cartoon, but it's
yeah.
Oh my god, it's been a year and a half.
I guess I started Sonic content in like 2014.
Yeah, with
I got serious
the Mania
about it.
or the Forces video. No, that wouldn't make any sense.
These are like old, like privated since removed Let's Plays.
Oh, gotcha.
And then yeah, 2017 was
Bickuri Plays.
Bickuri Plays. I think that was a working title at one point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Bickuri Box Expansion Pack Plus includes soundboard. Oh
yeah, the Bickuri Extended mod.
You can play as all forms.
My multiple forms.
Anyway, talking a little bit about Sonic 2. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. It's just Sonic 2. You know, when we get to Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, the games are already so good, there isn't really a whole lot that needs to be changed. Unlike, you know, with a lot of the changes that came to Sonic CD and Sonic 1. I would say with CD, though, if you like how it plays normally, like, it's mostly just customization more than actual fixes.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Sonic 2, you know,
anyway.
have to mention the penis boss, though.
You know, not once in my entire life did I make that connection.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That surprises me.
Yeah. I don't know. It was made of metal. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
if you look at the whole model, it's pretty obvious. Like if you see the underneath too, because it is rendered underneath, even though you only see half of it in the boss fight. What is your favorite joke then, if you have one, from the videos you've made?
Let's see.
Or just a particularly memorable one, I guess. Because it's probably hard to pick a favorite.
The one that's like, if I ever rewatch some stuff to double check, make sure things have stayed.
Nah,
good,
you like watching yourself. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I totally
watch it
get
so many times before it comes out. It's like I
Yeah.
am a viewer now.
Yeah.
The scream at the baldy nose hair gets me every time. Whereas I'm just baldy to no, you know, I scream.
Oh yeah. What video is that from?
Frontiers.
Oh yeah.
After
God,
a
isn't the
decade of
Frontiers
baldy
review?
nose hair.
That's like 8 months old, isn't it?
It's well, let's see. It came out in January 1st.
Oh,
so
okay.
Six.
So 6.
Yeah.
God, that's still. God, felt like it just came out yesterday.
I know. I'm actually curious. Is is Cheerio Fist still your favorite thing?
The fist in the Cheerios? Oh my god, dude. You had me rolling when you said that. I think I'm like the only person that's laughed that hard, but yeah,
That's the
I
beauty
love
of
that.
it. Everybody's favorite is different.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Can you tell me about Realm of the Mad God? I literally don't know anything about it.
It is a 8-bit fantasy bullet hell MMORPG with permadeath elements.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like 6 genres in one. It's crazy. But it started as a Flash game in 2010 that they made for like a contest using like free-to-use assets, and then they turned it into a real game. So it's like it's top-down, and then you play as like different classes and you level up. And the goal is to like you kill bosses, you get potions to level up your stats, and then you max out your character so that you can like more easily fight the really hard bosses to get the really good gear that you then use on the bosses again. It's like that's the loop.
Yeah.
And so, but the whole thing is that it's kind of bullet hell focused, so there's like a lot of crazy bullet patterns for the enemies, and it has permadeath, so if you die, your character's gone. You have to start from scratch.
Oh my god. That sounds awesome.
It's if it weren't for like it always had like some technical issues with like connection problems and lag. I think it's much better now. I haven't played in a while now, but yeah, that's why it's still. I mean, geez, 13 years. Everybody said it would die like 5-6 years ago, and it's still going. Still has a following. So
that's
clearly,
awesome.
there's a very addicting nature about it. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like the League of Legends curse, where everybody who plays it says they hate it, but they secretly love it. Like they can lie to themselves all they want to try and sound cool, but they're still playing it.
Wow. Never played League of Legends before. Is it recommended that I try it? If you want to. I'm pretty sure League of Legends is free to play. So.
I believe so, yeah. Same with Dota.
Yeah. Because, like, a lead-up, like, I think that's kind of a Sonic level. I could be wrong about this, but I kind of feel like that's a Sonic level idea that maybe hasn't been tapped into yet, is having, like, the level dynamically change. I'm kind of thinking, like, the, what is it called? The Egg Zeppelin from
sure.
Triple Trouble.
Yeah.
Like, an official version of that, where it's like you start on the ground and then, like, hop onto an airship.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I feel like that could be done really well, especially, like, imagine if that was a boost stage. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine that in 3D, like going from Egg Fleet to Final Fortress.
Dude, I will never, ever forgive Sega for not putting Egg Fleet in Generations. Egg Fleet would have been such a kick-ass stage for modern Sonic.
It's like already as long as a boost level.
Yeah, it really is. And like boosting to destroy the ship. Like, yeah, I know Seaside Hill, people know more, but Egg Fleet's music is also just so good. So good. Sonic Heroes has a great soundtrack, but that's not new information that a Sonic game has a good soundtrack.
Just good information to repeat and enjoy.
Yes, very true. Dude, that's the secret. It's like, hey, we already knew that. Yeah, it's good information
but
to repeat.
Wouldn't you like to know more?
More?
Again?
It's all
Isn't
about
just
that
nice to
feeling of
reaffirm?
validation. Yeah.
Reaffirm how great this franchise's music is?
Yeah. Well, you could do what a lot of YouTubers do now and make
combine the reviews.
Yeah, make 4 individual reviews or 3.
I was
if you include CD.
To see that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this isn't lazy. Like, this isn't seen as like, you just re-uploaded your same before. It's like, no, thank you for putting them all together. Jay's reviews, his Jack and Daxter one, it's his most viewed of the individual videos.
Yeah, and the Sonic timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. All combined together, and I'm like, shit. Now, granted, I agree. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, can Tails not do the Super Sonic cheese or the Silver Sonic cheese at the beginning?
I've never done it from behind before.
Oh, you're supposed to do it from front. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay.
I had the. This is gonna make no sense, but for some reason I had the Palm Tree Panic boss in my head, like how you started. You cheese him from. Damn it. I mostly don't mind backseat gaming because I know it's just people enjoy.
Never mind. Tell him, chat.
Never mind. Let me know how to play this game, chat. Anyway, someone asked me, am I gonna talk about Sonic Omens one day? Talked about it. Asked the question twice. I guess one for each of us, I guess.
Maybe.
My opinion on Sonic Omens is that it's not a great game with... Oh my god. I've never seen that attack before. I don't think I've ever been behind the Death Egg robot.
I've seen it, but I've never experienced it because, like you said, I always fight it from the front.
Sonic Omens is, well, one, I don't like the disrespect they did to Chaos and being the PO6 guy. That definitely doesn't sit well with me. I won't elaborate too much, but I've never played the full game. The most I've ever played was Shadow of Water. I thought it was okay. And that's it. My thoughts on Sonic Omens.
Yeah, I thought about it, like doing a video on it, because at the time it was very much a hot topic. But I was working on.
Wait, that's bullshit. Oh, that scared me. Now I'm nervous. Well, you weren't in a spinball, so I couldn't trade? Trade what? Trade hits? I can't trade a hit. I have 0 rings. Yay! There we go. That's Sonic 2. Wow, okay.
Woo!
So we had...
and we ended on another controversial game.
We had
smokes.
06, and then we had Forces, and then Omens.
Omens, yeah.
Well, that's going to be Sonic
I guess to
3.
finish on that, I've also only played to Shadow, like a little bit of the second episode, because I was like, I was busy with the other videos. Like, thought about. I was also having like screen tear, so I got a new monitor, and I had to fix that up. I do want to finish it and give it its fair shake. Because of kind of what because it is a fully completed 3D fan game, and I think that is like pretty rare and deserved. I also really enjoy the soundtrack. So,
Tails rules. How appropriate. GG.
Let's go.
Real quick, if I can interrupt your thought, Bick, I want to read this comment from Hilarity because it's pretty long. I'm going to take my leave now, but I want to tell you all thanks for the good laughs and fun times. It was so damn cool to have 2 of my favorite content creators commenting together. Aw, thanks, Hilarity. Your chemistry is awesome, and your commentary is seriously top tier. You're doing what you guys do, and again, truly thank you for always enjoying myself and many others around the world. Hope to see a potential collab one day aside from streams like this. Thank you so much, Hilarity. That really means a lot.
Nice words, yeah.
It's really cool
appreciate it.
having Bick here. Let's go ahead and start off with Sonic 3 A.I.R here. I feel like this doesn't really need much of an introduction at all. It's the oldest of all of these projects. It overhauls Sonic 3. Obviously we have the full experience of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We have some customization stuff we can do, the same that we've seen before. Enabling some things, Sonic 1, Sonic, or Roll Lock. Do we want the peel out, drop dash, all that stuff. And we're going to do Sonic 3 and Knuckles as Knuckles, obviously. And as you see here, we actually start. I don't think this is custom. It might be custom, this little starting platform here. I think it may have been added on. I can't quite remember if this is part of the normal level design or not. Triple Trouble 16-bit. What are your thoughts on that? I do remember that you had a video, but I know that Noah has updated it quite a bit since that video, so I'm curious if you've gotten the chance to replay it since then.
Not since that update. From what I can tell, I think if all of the changes are in the video that he demonstrated that aren't just like bug fixes, then I think it's largely the same game aside from a few changes to like bosses. Knuckles has a unique final boss now, I think was added. It was one of the big ones. And then more checkpoints on the final elevator, but that's the same content still. I'm not sure if there's, maybe chat knows for sure, but I don't think there was like any big releases, so I think my opinion would still be the same. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a really fun time. I think if it was a little longer, could easily be like a nice rival to 3 and K, like as a successor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really had a good time with it.
Well, I guess if anyone's curious how this came to be, is one Bick's been on the stream before. It's been a while, but he's been on and has
a few times.
Yeah, and has joined the streams before. I was going to do this for Sonic Origins Plus, kind of doing a cheeky little the fans did it better than Sega, as the internet loves. So
yeah,
I'm pretty self-aware with what I'm doing here, and Bick's Origins video popped up in my For You page, which doesn't make any sense because I've already watched it, but whatever, it was there again.
I was like, loves doing that.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I ask him? So here we are.
Yeah, it popped up in a lot of people's pages somehow. That was wild.
It did. It's your most popular video, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, totally. Like after the first PO6 video blew up, I was like, well, that's, you know, lightning in a bottle. Like that's, you don't get 2 viral videos close together and then it, you know, it actually ended up surpassing it. And I was like, just, yeah, it made my summer. That was.
Oh, for sure. I would say the hardest part with streaming is that you could be like, I've probably had at most like 5 different conversations at once with people. So like trying to jump between what's going on, and of course people call me a pea brain.
Yeah. That's why I could never do a Let's Play. Like I tried, but I would always like lose my train of thought or like focus on the game and go quiet.
When you start playing bad because you know you're gonna get destroyed.
And it's just like, even if I'm by myself and not talking to anyone, I just like, it just draw blanks. So I'm like, I'm gonna start reviewing things instead.
I just imagine you just like sitting in a chair, staring at a wall. That sounds like a bit right there, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna start making videos I can make.
I think 3 and Knuckles, I don't think it's been done better since in 3 and Knuckles, with Knuckles having like a different adventure.
Oh, sure.
That takes advantage of his abilities over Sonic and Tails. Like, I don't remember if Triple Trouble 16-bit did it a good amount. I know that Angel Island was like exclusive to Knuckles.
I remember there are new routes. Sunset Park, is that the second zone?
To be honest with you, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I've only played
that
through
one
Triple
has a
Trouble
unique
once.
route. Yeah, that one definitely has a unique route.
I guess that makes sense considering there's that Metal Sonic, sorry, Knuckles boss fight there.
Yeah, that was I knew nothing about Triple Trouble, so it was cool seeing the.
As cool as it was, I am kind of sad that we didn't get to have a like a 2D. We've never had a 2D Knuckles v Sonic fight. You know, it's always been against Knuckles, because like the one in Sonic Advance, and then of course the one in 3 Knuckles.
Then like what you're streaming for me here on Discord, but
oh yeah,
it's probably just
Discord.
connection.
Yeah, I would guess maybe Carnival Night might be the culprit. There is a lot of red. Twitch doesn't do too well with red stages. Like, I know when I play PO6, Crisis City and Flame Core in particular can get pretty.
Dang.
Yeah, I was like, I'm streaming at the max bit rate Twitch allows, so it must just be Carnival Night. Thankfully, what I found out is OBS actually has what is it, CRF, like constant rate, like the same thing that Handbrake has.
Oh yeah.
So I use that now, and it looks smooth.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Origins was just kind of my guinea pig for doing a giveaway stream, in all honesty. Like, I probably could have just gone without doing it.
And a free mission mode, yeah.
Yeah, the mission mode was fun to make a video on. Yeah. But the mission mode was actually pretty fun, though. I really did like the DLC
some good ones in there. Yeah.
I do feel bad, though, because I completed the Tails one and Flying Battery on my first try.
Nice.
Which I know was a very, like, hard one for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's last for a reason, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is it the very last mission?
I believe so.
See you later, Timestamp. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Have a good one.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you kind of have to control your own recklessness on it. It can be, depending on how you play, you can make it the hardest thing imaginable.
Yeah.
By just going for it.
Mm-hmm. There is, ironically enough, a limit to accessibility where it's just like, okay. Because then you kind of have the thing where there are certain games. Oh, I'm absolutely going to die to this. Or maybe not.
This is really cool, actually. 2 at once.
Have you never played Knuckles' story in Sonic 3?
I have not, no.
Oh shit. Would you say that Sonic Adventure is probably the most, like, varied sound-wise, like, in terms of genre?
Probably. I think it's so hard to say because there are some that, like, have variety, but they feel, like, clumped up. Like, Adventure 2 is like that. It has, like, 5, 6 different genres, but
the ones anyone remembers are all the same genre, though. Because, I mean, like, I would imagine maybe, like, the most hardcore of Adventure 2 fans remember the Dry Lagoon theme. But,
yeah, exactly.
You know,
as we do.
And
as I do. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Knuckles raps, of course.
Yeah, well, those are unforgettable. Yes.
No
one's going to forget
the
those.
smartest decision ever made.
Yeah.
Give me the emeralds or die. I don't love you.
Yeah. Who could forget? And the conversation in Death Chamber.
That's Wild Canyon. And then Death Chamber is Death Chamber, Death Chamber.
Sonic, what are you doing? That's what he swears.
Wait,
Yeah.
where does he swear in Death Chamber?
He says, "You're damn right."
Oh yeah, you damn right, Knuckles. I have zero experience with Dragon Ball Z. I make
Yeah,
the joke
that's
that
why I figured
everybody's
I would.
Gugo. Gugo. That was the most dyslexia I think I've ever had in my life.
I thought that was the joke, honestly, because that's how unfamiliar you are with it.
How is that Guko? I really fucked that up.
Gugo.
Gugo. Goku. Thornless Horse. Thank you so much for resubscribing with Prime Gaming. I'm honored to be your Prime Gaming substream. Blah. I always confuse subscriber and streamer when I say that. Thank you so much, man. I'm honored to be your Prime Gaming streamer. Enjoy that gem and all the emotes that go along with it, and thank you for the continued support. What is a Gorm? I have no idea. You'll have to ask Gormless Horse. Well, I guess they wouldn't know either.
Gormless? Yeah, they don't. Well, they know they don't have one.
Yeah, exactly. So they wouldn't know what it is. Well, I guess
something.
I guess you would have to know what it is to know you don't have it.
Indeed. Tell us, Magic Man.
Tell us, Gorm. Or Gormless, I should say. Hopefully Superstars won't disappoint.
Yeah. It looks good. I think from what we've seen so far, it would be really weird if only 2 zones looked really good and the rest weren't. So I'm pretty confident. Fair. It's like they would just have to totally drop the ball.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that might be a good question. What do you think is the most accessible type of game? Because I would argue it's like a top-down, like a Zelda or Stardew Valley or something.
It's so hard to say because like I'm trying to think of like what a truly like there's a difference between a casual player and then someone who's never played a game and like wants to get into it.
That's true.
So I feel like that's like where mobile games really took off. Just like these really simple to understand, just tap.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Mobile games.
Pull the bird back and let him go.
Because touch controls are inherently are easier to understand because you have that feedback of you are touching it with your finger rather than you touching a controller, which moves the character. I guess.
Lego game.
Yeah, the Lego games.
Those are. You know what? Yeah, it's like that's got the market value for sure.
Oh, Minecraft. I forgot to say, back when we were talking about like best games or favorite games, I think that even though Minecraft's not my favorite game anymore, I think it's the best game ever made.
Whoa, nice.
I think it is just, I mean, it's literally a game of infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's any other game that has infinite possibilities like Minecraft does. And you know what? Easy to understand infinite possibilities. Because obviously there's games like, I don't know if you ever heard of Universe Sandbox, which is, you know, it's a sandbox game. It's technically infinite possibilities.
Right.
But
I don't believe I have.
It's basically just like a simulator of like you can do whatever you want to the universe. Like you can make planets explode. You can create your own solar system. You can change gravity. It's like a small little game. It's like $3, but it's just the first thing that came to mind for me.
Cool.
Yeah, but that's it. Wow. We made it all the way through.
Oh, right. That's right.
We stop at Sky Sanctuary. There's
we don't get the true final boss.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could use the level select for Doomsday Zone, but I feel like this is an appropriate place to end here.
Sure.
And the Sonic 3 and Knuckles credits music is fantastic. For the Twitch audience here, I think that is going to be it from me. So thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.